Hello guys, so today I'm gonna share with you my own version of manifestation, meditation, if you want to call it that way. It is my homemade recipe to get into the state of the wish fulfilled, as Neville Goddard talks about. So I use this daily, mostly in the morning upon awakening, or at night, just before falling asleep in my bed. And also depending on my mood sometimes and my energy, I do this during the day as well, when I feel really down and I feel really really sad and lonely and really crappy. I'm not gonna lie about it. Sometimes I feel really crappy. So then I feel lost in this world. And in the past I used to get into my bed and just cry a little bit, or just have some pity with myself. But now I don't do this anymore. I still get into my bed, but what I do is so I pull the sheets over my head and I just let go of the outer world. I relax, I close my eyes, of course, and I pretend that the outer world simply doesn't exist. So, and then I feel that mostly I feel the need for some deep breathing. It's called the ocean breath. I use this on a regular basis. Sometimes I do it just unconsciously. I feel that I start to do it when I am feeling anxiety and feeling fear, feeling stress and nervous and all these things. So if you don't know it, it's actually inhaling very deeply, and on the exhale you narrow your throat, and so that makes the sound like the waves of the ocean. So this is what I do. It's the ocean breath. And so then I start to imagine, I start to visualize on every in-breath. I visualized and I really start to feel, I try to feel this light and this love, this vibrant energy entering my body through my crown chakra, and literally immersing every cell, every atom of my being, and flushing away all the built up stagnant energy on the out breath. And I keep on doing this. So I inhale and I really visualize this vibrant, radiant, lovely light energy, and it flows in, through, and all around me, and it takes away all the blockages. And then I feel that I become more peaceful and stronger, calmer. And so I keep on doing this, and I do this until I can detect no longer blockages or any stagnant energy in my body. So when this is all dissolved, I keep on breathing very consciously. And I feel that I become more and more relaxed, and at some point I really feel that I become one with the universe. I really feel like this feeling of separation. For some reason, this feeling of separation starts to dissolve, and because in my experience, I have noticed that this feeling of separation in most of the cases when I experience anxiety and fear and frustration, I feel that this feeling of separation, these thoughts of separation, are really the cause of of what I am feeling, of all these negative feelings. So I feel at one point that I just become one with, I don't know, I become one with the inner man, and I become one with all that is actually. And I let these energies flow freely through me and all around me, and I just surrender. I surrender completely. This is also something that I have experienced for myself. Pain and disease and stress, anxiety, fear, loneliness. This only comes from resisting the change. And when you resist the change, well, energy gets blocked and it gets stagnant. So this all just dissolves at this point, and separation just ceases to be. And I feel that I become one. Just one, I don't know, one with the universe, one with all that is. It's just that feeling of separation just dissolves. I'm trying to describe this as best as I can, so I hope that you understand me. And I can feel my body flowing and really literally rocking on the waves of this beautiful ocean of energy. It's literally, I feel literally this energy, I feel it, and it's as if my whole body is rocking slowly on these waves, and I just let go, I just surrender, I just let go of everything. I just completely lose track of time at that point. I just get lost. I get lost in everything. I let go of all my thoughts and my feelings, and I just let go. There is no time, there is no place, there is no outer world, there is no nothing, no one. It's just the universe and me. So I really feel like I am, if you want to state it in a beautiful way, in a poetic way, it's like dancing with the universe. You just don't have to do anything. It's just the universe takes you just, it takes you along with the flow. And at that point I notice that my breathing is becoming calmer and more quiet, and very slow also. My breathing is almost falling away at this point. It's almost as if I'm not breathing anymore, but I don't actually spend any attention to my breathing, so it's just naturally. This is the most important thing. Don't force anything. If you force something at this point, it will stop the flow. So this is my experience. Again, this will be different for each and every one of you. I am sharing my experience here because in the past I have also tried to perform these guided meditations and these techniques that are described on the internet and in books. But I can highly recommend you, I cannot emphasize enough here, that you should, each and every one of you should just create your own meditation, create your own technique to do this. Whatever feels good for you is the right thing to do, because it's really all about the feeling. Neville speaks about the feeling is the secret. So if you force something here, the feeling will be gone, and the flow will be blocked, and that's the opposite of what we're trying to do here. Just go with the flow and just let it be, and find what feels comfortable for you. And maybe the first time you won't find it completely, but after some time you will really start to feel what is it that that is right for you. So for me at this point, I a lot of times feel the need to ground myself. So then I visualize, I really like nature, I like the trees, and I like hiking. I like going into nature and into the mountains. So I visualize the trees and the rocks and the mountain, and I become one with their energy. I just I just feel grounded. I feel this grounding energy. I feel this I just become one with the trees and with nature, and I become one with everything, and this grounds me. It is my intent at that moment to ground myself, and you know, that's the most important thing. Maybe for someone else it's going to be something completely different, but for me it's just the trees and the nature, the rocks and the mountains, and so I get grounded, and this is important for me to ground myself, to be able to manifest anything that I wish later in this meditation, and also because it just feels good at this time, because with all the floating and the dancing and the flowing, I need to ground myself. So if I feel that need to ground myself, I will do it. So again, do what feels good. This is actually the most important advice that I can give you. So when I feel grounded and stabilized enough, I let go of this, and I just go with the flow, and then before I get into the state of the wish fulfilled and imagining and living in the end, what I sometimes do, again, if I feel the need to do this, to intensify all these emotions and to make it even easier, maybe. I have this favorite person, and I just imagine him in front of me. I just imagine him looking at me, and he really ignites my soul. Every time I think of him, every time when I think of him being with me and looking at me, I get these deep feelings of unconditional love, which I've never felt before. Really, I can't describe this in any words, actually. And it just helps me to intensify all these beautiful energies. So when he looks at me, all else fades. There is nothing else in the world that is of any importance. If you have someone like this, or it doesn't have to be even a person, it can be some situation or something else, just something that makes you so, it can be even your dog, or it can be anything. Just find something for yourself that instantly helps you to raise your vibration, to make you even more happy, to intensify all these feelings. So I find it very helpful to do this. So if you feel called to do this, do this. So you can get more into the flow instantly. For me, it's just when I don't feel very well, I think of this person, and instantly I feel my energies really getting much better, much happier. My vibrations, my frequencies get a lot higher, and yes, because you know, like I said, Neville speaks about the feeling being the secret. So, whatever it is, try to find someone, try to find something or someone. Um, this can be your child, this can be if you have a partner, this will be your partner, or if it's something else, it doesn't matter. Just something that gives you this instant happiness, this instant peacefulness. Of course, it's going to be different for each and every one of you, but I highly recommend that you find this for your own situation, and you will find that it helps you. Well, it helps me anyway. So at this point, I feel that I will start to feel myself getting ready for imagining my wish fulfillment, and ready to live in the end, as Neville calls it. So for some reason, I just can't sit or lie down somewhere and immediately start to imagine my wish fulfilled. I don't know why this is, but maybe I have thought about this. I don't know. Maybe I lack the courage, or it's just I can't do it just straight away. I need to almost hype myself and my energy a little bit up before I can get into the wish fulfilled, and before I can imagine the scene for my wish fulfillment. So find your own homemade recipe, I would say. This is just my experience that I really feel that I want to share with you. So maybe some of you can get some ideas from this. Remember that there are no rules whatsoever. It's about what feels good, and that will be the key to your own success. Just do what feels good for you. So now I am ready, and I start creating this scene as real as possible with all my senses, seeing, hearing, feeling, even smelling and tasting if necessary. Depends on what it is. And I make it as real as possible. And I keep playing this scene in my head, and I hear people talking to me, and I hear myself talking to those people and saying those things, and whatever it is, I create this scene and I really get into it until I really become it. I really feel that I become this person really experiencing this. At this point, I have no longer the feeling of being in my bed, or I am really this person experiencing this scene, being in this moment, and doing and speaking and feeling what I am feeling right there, created in this particular scene. And I keep on replaying it and replaying it, and until I become so passionately happy and energized that I really get these rushes of energy, and they go up and down through my whole body, from head to toe actually, and I feel this flow of energy really rushing, this blood rushing through my whole being, until at some point I get like these thrills, really physically thrills. It's like electricity. It's almost like electric shocks, but not painful. It's just it's really intense. and it's physical and it's mental at the same time. It almost feels like at some point it's like a volcano eruption, and these flashes of all this built up energy inside and around me, I really visualize them, and I feel them being projected outwards into the world, into my surroundings. And I really feel this very intensely, and I also, like I said, I visualize it. And this is the energy of my wish fulfillment. This is the energy of my of my living in the end. This thing that I want, this particular wish that I have, this energy of my wish is being projected outwards, literally like a volcano that erupts. And I see it manifesting. It's like this is my manifestation in the outside world. And I remember Neville, in one of his lectures, he speaks about this, and actually I was surprised when I heard him say this, because it was almost exactly the same thing that I had been experiencing, and he described it very well. Actually, he said something like, I don't remember it exactly, but it was something like, when you imagine your wish fulfilled and you come to the end, he refers to it as living in the end. It's like the conception, the physical conception of your dream. It's like a physical ecstasy. It's almost like this climax that you have. And at that point, he says, I knew that it was done. Those were his words. I really don't remember which lecture it was, but I'm gonna look it up. So that was actually just like I was experiencing it as well before. And it surprised me that he referred to it in that way. So really like a physical climax. But he said the word physical, but actually it is partly physical to me, and it's partly also mental. It's like a physical and a mental climax. That's the best way I can describe it. And at that point, well, it is true. I also had this feeling of, okay, I know that it is done now. This is the climax, you know, the climax when something just cannot get any more intense. It is the most intense thing that you can experience. That is the point of the climax. And so you know, you have this inner knowing that it is done. And that's what he says as well. And for me, sometimes I then ask, just as a confirmation for myself, I ask Spirit inside, is it done? And then I get really still and quiet. And then I hear this inner voice, this inner knowing, and it replies, yes, it is done. So at that point, I really, really feel this intense, deep gratitude, because gratitude is something that you cannot force. Maybe there are some feelings or emotions that maybe you can force a little bit, but gratitude, in my experience, you cannot force it. Gratitude is something that it just comes over you. You just experience it. And at this point, this is what I feel, this deep, intense, deep feeling of gratitude boiling up from inside, boiling up to the center, coming up to the center. and it just overwhelms me completely, and I get really even more goosebumps, and my hair is really raising on the top of my body, and all my hairs just stand up on my whole body, and I just keep repeating thank you, thank you, thank you over and over again. And I repeat, I am grateful, thank you so much, thank you so much. I am so deeply grateful. And I just let it go, I just let it go. And well, this is the end of it. In my opinion, you cannot go any further. This is it. This is all that needs to be done. And it's just such a wonderful feeling. It's such a wonderful thing to experience. And really, I wish this for each and every one on this planet. Each and every one of you listening to this, please try to do this. It is really my wish. It is my blessing for you to really experience this and make this your own, as I said, your own homemade recipe. Change things if you feel some things are not resonating or going with your energy, because you know everyone is different. So try to mold it into your own perfect experience of your wish fulfillment, your own getting into the state of this wish fulfilled. And really let me know if you have any questions about this. Please let me know. I would like to help so many people to create this also for themselves. This is my truest, my deepest wish for each and every one of you, to bring this to everyone on the planet, to everyone in the universe, to experience this wonderful feeling. So this was my best way of explaining this. I hope that I did a good job in describing this for you. And again, if you have any questions or any comments, please do not hesitate and comment down below. And I would be really honored to help you.